Hey guys! It's time for another legendary Reliquaries quest. Bow and Ninja Blade Edition. I cleared this quest using units that should be widely available, with the exception of Elena on Team 2, but I will go into details about what other units you can use. I did not use any Truststones, I used gear and vision cards most people should have. Now let's get into Team 1. It's very similar to Team 1 from the other legendary quest. The biggest change is Dario for his tanking ability. This team can get you to Wave 7 pretty easily, if you are able to follow the sequence I developed. A few recommendations are using the Spectacles accessory. Accuracy does play a part on Wave 5. Ildira has the role of spot healing and damaging from a long range. Platinum Rod +5, Spectacles +5, Black Rose TMR for gear. Mediana is a good long-range damage dealer, but her AP gets drained really fast. To help her with this problem, a jeweled ring +6 is recommended. You can farm for these in the far plane. Paralysis resistance is also another buff the ring grants. This is important for Wave 2. If you are unable to get this ring, you can substitute using Truststones for AP cost reduction and paralysis resistance on the stones. I have the Siren Esper for casting time reduction and Prunus Lamina Staff +6 for more casting time reduction. Becoming stronger than anyone else VC to help further improve casting time reduction. Dario is very slow even at 120, so I'm using Golden Anklet and Sacred Step to give him some agility. I'm using the Fenrir Esper for the magic resistance. Agility and magic resistance are the important stats for him. Mithril Armor, because everyone has access to it. The ability from Sacred Step will come in handy for Wave 5. Skahal has a time sub job that comes in handy for clearing this sequence. Also, he has great damage and very long range attacks. I'm using the Flag of the Crystal Sanctum VC to help him with accuracy on Wave 5. Envious Magician VC for more magic. Now for the last team member, Black Rose Helena. She does it all. It's also important to make sure she has the most agility. She is best while having her own VC on. Remember that the only reason I'm choosing to purposely nerf my own team by not using stones or the best gear is so that you, the viewer, have the ability to adjust your stats as needed. If you have any concerns about this formation or need to know something, feel free to ask in the comments. I am happy to help this community in any way I can. One last thing before I talk about Team 2, if you are using stones, the reaction block rate will come in handy for Wave 4. So now, going into Team 2, you don't need to follow my example of using a light team. Feel free to use your best units and see how it works out. I will say that Waves 7 to 10 seem like they are harder than Waves 7 to 10 from the first legendary quest. RNG can really mess up your whole plan. Sometimes, things just don't go as planned. I will say this, if you plan on using a mono element for Team 2, I highly recommend using an Esper that will have a map effect that will benefit that element. This information will help you on Wave 9. But now, let's take a quick look at my light slashing team. I will admit that the Bahamut VC feels like it's not exactly player-friendly, but it's been in the game for a while now. Most of the vision cards are focused around attack, slash attack, acquired AP, and damage limit up. Elena is my spot healer in this formation, Carbuncle, and the TMR will help for healing up in case of a miscalculation. 140 isn't necessary for her. I recommend the Bell's TMR for Lucio. Technically, his 140 is free, but I kept him at 120 just to show that you really don't need an overpowered Lucio to beat this quest. I'm hoping that everyone can get some useful information out of this video. If anyone has a better idea or a more simplified way to do something, please share it in the comments. It took a lot of patience to develop a sequence that works. A like and subscribe would be very much appreciated. Enjoy the tactics.
Are you prepared to
Move
lose your
Helena
lives?
forward and use Disable to gain AP.
Well,
Move Mediana
so
to a
you
specific
really
spot
intend
and
to
use
fight.
Blizzaga.
This
Move
battle shall be
Ildira
ours.
forward and use level 3 water.
All according to calculation.
I cannot let you leave here alive.
Move Skahal up and use Quicken on Helena.
I shall do what
Gain
I
some
can.
AP with Dario with
Rather
Saintly
not
Healing.
fight. This tower.
How do you like this? You
Let
have
me
my
help you.
gratitude.
Move Helena forward and use level 3 Dark.
Die! It is our victory!
Wave 1 cleared.
Are you prepared to lose your
Move
lives?
Helena to this spot and use level 3 Dark.
Die! This
Move
battle shall be
Ildira to
ours.
this spot and cast level 3 Water.
Take this!
I
Use
cannot let you
Skahal
leave
to cast
here
Quicken
alive.
on Mediana, then move to this spot.
Well,
Move Mediana
So
to
you
a specific
really
spot,
intend to fight.
then cast Cosmo Plume.
Can you endure this?
I shall do what I
Move
can.
Dario in front of Mediana and gain AP with Saintly Healing. There is a small chance Mediana gets paralyzed here. If so, a reset is needed.
This is bad. Let me help you.
Not bad.
Cast Ruin on the Coral on the right. Cast Black Rose Hex on the last Coral. Make sure that Dario has a turn before the spell can land. Use Ildira to cast level 3 Water and don't move.
All according to calculation.
Use Skahal to cast Thundaga and don't move. Move Dario to a specific spot with the use Taunting Blade on the last Coral.
I want to use this, but
No mercy!
Depending on how fast Skahal's casting time is, you may have to do this. Move Mediana up 1 tile. Then, cast Blizzaga to the tile. Make sure to look at turn order, and that Skahal has his spell happen first. This should make it so that the monsters spawn in, and then Mediana will blast them with her spell.
How do you like this? Well then, I've got this. How about we begin?
Use Helena to cast level 3 Dark to finish off the 2 monsters, then move to a specific spot. Move Ildira to a specific spot, then use Height Water on Lilith. Move Skahal to a specific spot, then use Thunder on Lilith. Move Dario to a specific spot, then use Saintly Healing. Move Mediana to a specific spot, then use Ruin.
Can you endure this?
defense.
Move Helena to a specific spot, then use Height Dark.
Prepare yourself!
Move Ildira to a specific spot, then use Height Water. Move Skahal over to cast Thunder on Lilith.
We press on.
Wave 3 completed.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So, it has
Leave the
come to
rest to
this.
me.
Are you prepared to lose your lives?
Use darken focus and don't move.
Here I go.
Oh well.
Use
So
Luna
you
Verve
really
and don't
intend to
move.
fight. Hey, what happened?
This battle
Move
shall be
Ildira to a
ours.
specific spot, then use Karaga.
Sorry.
Seems I'll have to
Your
fight
help
in
is
earnest.
appreciated. I cannot let you leave here alive.
Use Skahal to cast Guard Haste on Helena and don't move.
I shall do what I can.
Move Dario to a specific spot, then use Sentinel.
This power.
You have my
Steady
gratitude.
This is the moment reaction block rate can help. Tidus has a magic evasion counter that can mess up this upcoming chain of attacks. Move Helena to a specific spot and cast her ultimate. You should be able to hit 5 enemies. Move Skahal to a specific spot and cast Thundaga Disposer. You should be able to hit 5 enemies. Move Mediana to a specific spot and cast Ruin on Tidus.
I shall end you.
Move Ildira to a specific spot and cast level 3 Water.
All according to calculation.
Can you endure this?
Let's see. Any cuties? Decided I guess I should worry about that later.
Is there a fight?
Move Dario to a specific spot, then use Taunting Blade.
I want to use this, but
Move Helena to a specific spot, then use Black Rose Hex. Skahal will cast Guard Haste on himself and not move. Use Helena to cast Level Dark, then move to a specific spot. Move Mediana next to the pot and cast Ruin.
you will not escape.
Karaga Dario from a long range and don't move.
Allow me to help.
Can you endure this? Not bad.
Use the Purify skill to take off the debuffs. Then move to a specific spot.
Captivated.
Thundaga Disposer here and don't move.
Defense.
Move Ildira to a specific spot and cast Holy. Move Helena one space up and use either level 3 Dark or summon an Esper to save some AP. You will want to target Camilo in the Bandit.
Prepare yourself.
Cast Ruin on the pot again. Move Skahal in front of Helena and cast Thundaga Disposer.
Seems I'll have to
I'll
fight in
use that
earnest.
as a bullet. I shall end you. Defense.
Use Dario to attack Camilo here.
I shall fell you.
Have Skahal move next to the pot and do a basic attack. Have Helena finish off the pot or Camilo with a Height Dark.
Prepare yourself. Enemy successfully suppressed.
Wave 5 cleared.
Enemy spotted. I've got engaging.
Are you prepared to
Move
lose your
Helena to a
lives?
specific spot and cast Kira.
This power.
Not bad. Well,
Move Mediana
so
to a
you
specific
really
spot
intend
and
to
cast
fight.
Blizzaga.
This battle shall
Move
be ours.
Ildira to a specific spot and cast Level Water.
Take this!
I cannot let you
Move
leave here
Skahal
alive.
to a specific spot and cast Guard Haste on himself.
I shall do what I
Move
can.
Dario to a specific spot, then use Saintly Wall.
There!
How do you like this?
Defense! You will not escape.
Vanish!
Move Skahal to a specific spot, then use Thundiga. Move Helena to a specific spot, then use Devastation. Use Ildira to cast Holy and don't move.
All according to calculation.
Use Mediana to cast Blizzaga and don't move.
I shall end you.
Move Dario to a specific spot and use Sentinel.
This power.
Die!
Take that.
Invoking my special technique. You can't escape.
Move Skahal to a specific spot and cast Thundiga. Move Helena to a specific spot and cast Level Dark.
No mercy!
Cast Holy with Ildira and don't move. At this point, I'm trying to do as much damage as possible before Team 2.
Can you endure this?
I shall fell you.
Switch time.
So this is our
Cast Nimble Movement on Sakura, then move to a specific spot. The strategy here is to have Elena kill off one of the enemies or both if Ketone is still alive, leaving one enemy remaining. Everyone needs to move into positions before the next wave. Revitalize Lucio, then move to a specific spot or as far forward.
Focus.
Move Locke to the right and gain AP. Move Elsorel to the right and use Emberlight Vitality.
I'm raring to go.
Continue moving Elena, then buff up with Stella Maris.
The battle begins.
Move Sakura to a specific spot and do nothing. Move Lucio to a specific spot and do nothing. Have Locke use AP Hunt. Blade of Inertia and don't move.
An opening. The stars are quite goes first.
All right then, here we go.
Cast Eternal Pain on both enemies and don't move. Move Elena up to Ramada and use Lux Overflow. Drain Rush to gain some HP back.
It is futile.
Move Lucio to this general area and use his ultimate on both enemies.
Right there.
All according to plan.
Use Drain Rush to gain some HP back. Use a casting time ability here so that your other units have a chance to gain more AP. AP gain here before this wave is cleared. 48 actions left.
That went well.
The first few actions went well for me on this wave. But I did become ignorant thinking I would pass this with plenty of actions. Also, RNG plays a big part in this wave. I have cleared this level with different outcomes or sometimes short a few turns. I won't be doing a turn-by-turn play. I will be commenting on what I was thinking and what actions I would recommend. The first few turns I did here did work well. Also, turn order and agility make a difference here. As you can see, Elena went first, then the Esper. Everyone after the Esper is able to reach and attack the Esper, killing it early on. Locke is the only one that moves far right to attack and distract Renelle. Be aware of Stern because he can hit very hard in a wide attack. Also, Renelle has some evasion. She can inflict blind, which can make it impossible to hit her without guaranteed attacks.
Is there a fight?
Don't forget about the enemy Sakura. She has some pretty wide and long-range attacks. After the Esper is defeated, I focused on Stern. Keep in mind that the first hit you do to him will do no damage to him. So that's why I use Elena to hit him with a chaining attack. Doing this does open Elena in range of getting hit by Sakura. Doing this, however, does bring Sakura towards your team to attack her. Some actions I take my time, because this helps me see what is the most AP effective solution. My goal here is to get my team into positions in which the next wave of enemies will spawn right next to them. Also, it's important to not summon an Esper map effect until the start of the next wave. Earth, Lightning, Dark, and Light teams should work for this wave if you need other options. Every action and sequence that I have presented before this level has worked over and over again with little variation. I have tried several times to get a solid sequence for this wave, but it just somehow doesn't play out the same. You will see later that I made a few positioning errors that almost cost me the win. Healing up here was my only real option because I did not have courage active yet.
I'm with you.
Remember to keep an eye on turn order so you don't get caught off guard. Honestly, this is the part where I took too long to kill Mockery.
I won't hold back.
you okay? Apologies.
In this wave, you can summon your Esper to override the map effect.
All troops, commence battle!
Keep in mind that the Mediana that spawns in can do a lot of damage. She will get quicken casted on her to make it even harder to survive. The Esper on this stage can heal and re-raise itself, making it so that it takes more actions to get rid of it.
So you really intend to fight?
Old is also a pain because he can actually tank some damage here. Also, he has hate on him, so autoplay will not work in your favor. My team does end up hitting max damage several times, and having Truststones with max damage up can be useful if you are using them.
I'll send you to the next world.
After clearing this wave, the next boss will spawn with one support unit where Old is located. Because of the gap between the Esper and Old, you can easily lose turns by not being able to reach your targets.
Learn your lesson.
Crystals shine upon you.
It is futile.
I definitely wasted turns by not positioning correctly.
Give me strength. Not very effective. I'll send you to the next world.
I owe you one.
Focus. Not very effective.
Finally, wave 10 with 10 turns. It's not my best rate, but it's still possible. Be aware that Siren will inflict silence in a big AoE.
Got you!
I definitely lost some turns here by having El Sorel and Sakura too far away.
Won't give in.
Honestly, I got lucky that I beat it this time, even with all the mistakes on this run. Hopefully, to anyone watching still, you can get some good information about what it takes to clear this legendary quest. If anything, Team 1 sequence should set you up pretty well with plenty of turns to clear this quest. This took so many tries to get it down. When it came to recording, I unfortunately made too many mistakes at the very end. Just remember that I did not use my best stuff or any Truststones, so that in theory, to anyone attempting this, it should be easier. Thanks for watching.